and welcome to Elvinisms number 2, Crisis and Conflict. It sounds a bit dangerous, but it's actually the names of the songs I have transcribed to Elvin Jones' solosis from. Okay, and for today's special occasion I brought out my beautiful 1961 Ludwig drum kit with the 13-inch tom and 16-inch floor tom and 22-inch bass drum. That's the actual sizes Elvin used on A Love Supreme, a Gretsch kit, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so in the first Elvin video, which became hugely popular, it's my most viewed video by far, which is cool. I get it that the interest in Elvin Jones out there is huge. And it should be, definitely. And that was like Elvin Jones phrases I put together to kind of a solo. This time it's actual transcriptions of entire solos by Elvin Jones. The first one is from a tune called Crisis, from a Freddie Hubbard record called Ready for Freddie on Blue Note. And the second one is from a saxophone player Jimmy Wood's record and the tune is called Conflict. The record as well, I think. This time I will actually not give out the entire PDFs of these solos because I aim to have them in a book or something in the future. So, but you'll get the highlights in a PDF that you can find on my website and on Jazz Drums with Dave's Facebook page. Okay, so when many people notate Elvin, they like to do it like this. On this particular rhythm. Which often is absolutely correct, but many times he actually flattens it out, so that it's almost tending to be even quintuplets. And many times it's actually between those two. But I like to actually notate that one as quintuplets. If I have the choice to choose between the first and the second, I actually choose quintuplets because because they are even, they create this enormous flowing rhythm. So if we think of them as quintuplets instead of, we'll automatically get a more flowing playing. But keep in mind that sometimes it is actually. So let's get to it. Let's look at Crisis, the highlights. 3, 4. That sticking is what works for me, actually. I never try to listen for any exact sticking when I transcribe. I think that has to be up to you, because we're all different. Slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. Then we have a passage with something that's kind of Elvin's signum. Goes like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of this 3-4 phrase that goes over the bar line, and he does it in a few different ways. This time it was in playing 16th notes. At the end of the crisis solo we have a really cool thing that goes like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. So, a few highlights from Conflict. The first one is this bar. It's the third bar. If I play from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. I perceive that one like this. The third bar. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quintuplets. There we have them. And this one is very much Elvin Jones. You have first the quintuplets end with 2 bass drums. And we have the kind of cymbal and snare drum doesn't have to be at the same time. That's very much Elvin. The bar after, or actually the 2 bars after, goes like this. And this one is so dense. So I'll actually only do them in a slower tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time and. Okay, so we have this. The first 9 strokes is 9/2. If you remember that one from the Elvinisms 1 video. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay, so let's look at the 9/2 polyrhythm. The basis for this one is the quarter note triplets. Now, if we want to put one extra note between these, we get this thing, which is the exact same thing as 8-note triplets. But our goal here is to put 2 extra notes between each note in the quarter note triplet, looking like this. 9 even notes over 2 even notes, and that's what a polyrhythm is. In the case of Elvin's figure, we could use it like this, using the marked notes as the quarter note foundation. And we can also use the polyrhythm formula. With this formula we can see exactly how the 9/2 polyrhythm works. In 9/2, the first digit is our top subdivision and the last digit is our base subdivision. Also, the last digit tells us which ones of the top subdivision are going to be played. And then we get to see that the second note in the bass rhythm comes right between the 5th and the 6th note in the top rhythm. And in this channel's video, the Rhythm Workshop Part 1, I give an even fuller description of what a polyrhythm is. And do not despair, because there is a very much easier way to play this 9/2 rhythm, especially in faster tempos. We just feel the pulse on the 1 and 3 in the bar, instead of on all 4. And we just have to squeeze in 9 notes grouped in 3 on each beat. That's a bit easier, right? This one is cool. Goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, quintuplets, and then 16 notes. And it also ends with these 2 bass drums, right? That's so much Elvin. And this one probably could be heard like this. But I like to flatten out the first one and make it into quintuplets instead. Instead of the next one, I actually perceive as the first 4 quintuplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the difference between if you would do it like this and the first 4 quintuplets. Listen to the difference. I do them 4 times each. It's quite a big difference. So I like the quintuplet thing better. I think it suits. And this plays at the end of the conflict solo. For a long time I heard it as regular 16th notes. But when I listen more closely, I got this. Quintuplets again. So instead of, he plays. I do them 4 times each. So
So I've been talking a lot about subdivisions and polyrhythms and stuff, but let's not forget the artistic aspect of musicianship. I just rewatched the Elvin Jones Different Drummer documentary here on YouTube, and I was totally struck when Elvin talks about which colors he hears when he hits the cymbals and stuff. It's really deep, really deep. What I've been talking about here today is merely a method of gaining control over what we're doing. And our goal is to allow ourselves to lose control. But if we don't have any control, we don't have any control to lose. So the more we learn, the more we develop our musicianship, the easier it will be to just be in the moment and lose it.
Actually, my website is up there, but it has a long and crappy name because I haven't paid for it for a long. So I'll put the link in the description, and there you can find the PDFs for this lesson. And that's it for today, everybody. I hope you have some nice practice sessions out there. I know I'll try to dig even deeper into Elvin's world. See you soon. Bye bye. And please check out and follow my trio on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Also on Instagram.